Welcome back to Speak with Passion. I'm Mark Stidham, and we have been talking about the 5 P's of public speaking. All of these are geared to try to help you become a better speaker, to help you overcome your fear. A lot of people have a fear of public speaking. Some people say that it is first, and the second is death. So that just says that most people would rather be in the coffin than giving the eulogy. But you don't have to live with that fear. There is a way to overcome it. We'll talk a lot about that when we get to the final P, which is program, but we're going to go in order. And like I said, purpose. When you're about to give a talk, a speak, a lecture, you need to know what is the purpose of your talk. What is the purpose of your speech? In other words, what is the end result? What do you want to accomplish? There are several areas. There may be more than what I'm saying, but generally they fall in this area. You want, if you're a teacher, or you're informing people, maybe you're informing investors, however you want to put it, you want your audience to learn something. So that would be a purpose. That may be the purpose of your speech. Maybe the sole purpose is to inform employees about changes in the company, to inform investors of what you want them to invest in. You may be informing your students as a teacher, of course, or teaching them the lesson that they need to learn according to your teaching plan, your learning plan. So you need to know and get firmly established in your mind, even before you start to plan, which is the next P, to plan your talk, your speech, to write it out, to outline it, or put your research together. What is the purpose? And it's usually good to mainly have one purpose. Now, that's not to say, like, another purpose, maybe you want your audience to buy something. Maybe you're presenting a product to an audience and you want them to buy something. But of course, you have to inform them about the benefits of your product. So you'll be informing them also. You will be teaching them something. But if your main purpose is for them to buy something at the end of your presentation, then that's going to be your main purpose, even though you will be informing them. But you'll be informing them in a way that they can make an informed decision and purchase your product. And you may be, one of my favorite things is when I'm talking for a cause, when I'm speaking for a cause, for a charity, which I've done several times. I've raised thousands of dollars for different causes, and it's one of the greatest things. And so the purpose of the speech at that time was for the audience to give something. It wasn't to buy something. Now, even then, I had to, of course, inform them. Most of the time you have to inform them of what the benefits of the cause are, or what the consequences of not getting that benefit. You understand what I'm saying? That goes in, and we'll get into that more when we go into planning. That one I probably won't actually post till next week, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I can get it together and get the time, then I will go ahead and go with it. Maybe, by the weekend, but for sure next week we'll start into the planning. But right now, purpose is, you've got to establish in your mind what the purpose of your speech is. It may be the purpose of your speech is just to motivate or inspire someone. Well, it's very important that in the way you plan and present your speech, if it's to motivate and inspire someone, maybe it's to motivate your employees if you're an employer. Maybe it's to motivate people in general as a way to help them. You want to motivate them to have a better life. It's kind of what I do. I want to motivate and inspire people. Even though I'm talking about public speaking and I'm informing people, I also want to motivate and inspire people to live better lives, because these 5 P's, as I've said before, will spill over into every area of your life. And I think it's good to establish in our lives a purpose. What is our main purpose? Or maybe we have, of course, several. We have, a purpose when it comes to our career, and we have a purpose when it comes to our home and our relationships, and we have a purpose for, ourself, getting ahead, moving forward, learning, expanding, becoming a master at something. So, see, purpose spills over into all the areas of your life also, to have a purpose and to have that firmly established in your mind. Well, what do you mean by purpose? Is it something? Well, that's something you have to figure out. And a lot of times your purpose will be tied to what you're passionate about, which is the first P that we've talked about 2 times in the 2 video blogs before this one. So you see all this ties in, it, all the P's tie in together. They kind of work off each other when you're building a speech, but they also spill over into your everyday life. And if you follow the 5 P's in life, you could call them the 5 P's of living. You know, it's the same difference. But public speaking, when you're planning your speech, it's important to know, and when you're giving it, to have firmly established in your mind, what is the end result? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want the audience to do after you have spoken? Anyway, I'm not going to belabor the point. It was nice to be with you again, and thank you for coming, and join us again. The next P, like I said, early next week, we'll talk about planning your speech. And thank you, and come and see us again.